I've had TV deals in the past. I walked away from a pilot at Fox because I agreed to do this show with Fox. I met with all these showrunners who were writers, and I picked these two guys, and everything about this pilot was racial, and it was a lot of Jewish jokes in it too. And I go, we were basing the sitcom out of Indianapolis. I was a garbage truck driver, and the base of the show was, I was married to a black girl, and we had mixed kids, but my circle was everybody on the back of the dump truck with me, the garbage truck, and they had a Jewish guy in my crew. There was 3-4 of us, 2 guys in the truck, 2 guys on the back, and that was my core of my boys. But one was a Jewish dude, and I was like, wait a minute, this is Indianapolis. I grew up in the Midwest. There's not Jewish guys on the back of garbage trucks with yarmulkes. At least I've never seen it. I could be wrong, but not in Indianapolis and not in Cincinnati, the Midwest. And there was a lot of Jewish jokes. There was a lot of racial jokes, because I remember I was reading the script, and at one point somebody said, I just got done having sex with my wife, and in the show it'd be me and her in the bedroom, and then we cut away and we come back, and I'm in the bathroom mirror standing there, so you're implying that we just slept together. And then I look back at her and I was like, yeah, once you go white, you know it's right, or something like that. It was this goofy rhyme, and I go, my wife would stab me if I said something like that. I was like, what? So anyways, I walked away from this Fox deal, and even the powers that be at Fox at the time was like, Gary, just no, say yes to this. We'll get to the pilot, and then you'll have more say on what you can and cannot say. And I said, I can't do that. I was like, if I agree to this, I was like, and this is before cancel culture was around. I said I'd be canceled. I was like, don't cancel me. And it ain't going to be the writer's fault. It ain't going to be the director's fault. It's going to be me. The lead of this show is all falling on me. So anything that's said racially like that, that's going to be I don't know, goofy. I'm not going to say the other word, but goofyish. I'm just I don't want to do that. So I walked away from that Fox deal. And I've had other TV deals, and 90% of them was me either dating a black girl or married to a black girl. And they never go. And I understand what Kat was saying, why I haven't crossed over, because every time I went in and pitched a show, it was an interracial show, and I was only pitching to white people, and they looked at me like they just didn't get it. And then what's crazy, when I pitched my reality show, BET's the one that bought it. And I didn't think they liked it. I didn't think Stephen Hill liked it, but he bought it, and he got it, and he liked it. And I was just like, oh. So, I could see why I haven't crossed over. It's when you go into a room and you don't – here's the thing. I hear a lot of black comics and black people say when they pitch a show, you go into a room and you don't see anybody that looks like you. Well, when I go into these rooms and I'm pitching shows, I don't see anybody that looks like the people I hang out with. So I'm I am pitching myself as I'm this, and I'm going in there and they don't know who I am. So now they're looking at me like I'm some no-name comic, which I do have a fan base. And then it just feels it feels like it does feel like I'm out of the clique, and I'm pitching the show to get in the clique, so to speak. And that's just part of the deal. I knew that going in. I remember one time I was leaving a pitch meeting at ABC, and I saw David Arnold, rest in peace. He was getting ready to go in, and he was waiting on Kevin. So him and Kevin went in and pitched the show right after me, because it used to be this, I don't know if it still is, there's pilot season. Pilot season is from middle of January to the beginning of March. And you go, and that's where you pitch all your shows to the network execs and stuff like that. And that's where you get all the auditions coming in. Oh, no. Yeah, that's when you're auditioning for pilot season. The shows are getting picked up. You're pitching in the summer. So this was the summertime that I saw David and Kev. And I didn't see Kevin, but I saw David. And, yeah, you go in these rooms and you're pitching. You're just like, whoa. I remember one time I had a TV deal with Quincy Jones, and we went in pitching, and I'm like, man, how you say no to Quincy Jones? And this was 99, 2000. And I was like, how you say no to Quincy Jones? He's just coming off the Fresh Prince. And we went in there. These execs looked at us like we was crazy. The show I was like, I would trust Quincy. Even if I was on the fence, I was like, I'm going to go with Quincy Jones' judgment on this one because he clearly knew Fresh Prince before anybody else. He clearly saw The Color Purple before anybody else. And Quincy would tell me story after what I am so thankful for having that 7-8 months I got to be with Quincy Jones was just the stories that he had. He wasn't BSing it. He was telling me stories how he got The Color Purple made, how he had to make phone calls to Spielberg and all these other people, how he got Will Smith and the Fresh Prince off the ground when everybody was like, no, nobody wants to see a rapper on primetime TV, and Quincy did it. So I get what Kat was saying, because at first I was like, wait a minute, what do you mean I've been doing this 25 years and I haven't crossed over? And I was like, oh, okay. He's basically saying I haven't sold my soul. I don't think I necessarily have to sell my soul. I just think when I go into rooms, if you're not in a interracial relationship, you don't get it. I think when you're unfamiliar with something, it's easier to just say no because I don't know how to do this. And then when you are familiar with things, you're like, oh yeah, I can see how this goes. So, but listen, I got a great career. I'm not complaining. I'm still selling tickets. I'm still relevant. My name still comes up in conversations. So whether you didn't like what Kat was saying or you did like what Kat was saying, if your name came up in this conversation, if your name came up during that podcast, you're relevant. Look at it like that.